Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm cautiously giving this story because he has a known history of trolling. That's one. So I'm gonna preface with that. He has a known history of trolling. So I'm gonna take this story seriously. But so I gotta give myself a little wiggle room in case this turns out to be like a publicity stunt or something. So he's known for trolling, but it doesn't look like he's trolling this time. And let's go over the story. So rapper Lil Nas X was arrested and taken to hospital after wandering LA street in underwear. US rapper Lil Nas X was arrested and taken to the hospital after being found walking where on a Los Angeles street and allegedly charging at officers and punching one. That's not good. Uh, the LA Force said that as officers went to the 11,000 block of Ventura Boulevard in Studio City, the man rushed toward them. Oh man, I miss Ventura Boulevard. I miss Studio City. Oh, those were the days. Anyway, quote, he transported to a local hospital for a possible overdose and placed under arrest for battery on a police officer, police said. A law enforcement source confirmed to NBC News that the suspect was Montero Lamar Hill, also known as Lil Nas X. The Old Town Road rapper punched an officer twice in the face during the encounter, according to another source. And officers were unsure whether he was on any substances or in mental distress. Listen, uh, let's actually watch a clip of the video of him wandering in his drawers and cowboy boots on Ventura Boulevard at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
Don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. No, go ahead, babe. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Go ahead, babe. No, 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 no. Didn't I tell you to put the phone down? Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that. Da, da, da. Da, da, da. Hey, for everybody coming to the party. La, la, la. Yes, I am serving you. I am serving you. And you better be at that party tonight. Oh, yes. 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 Yes, get my good side. Every side. Yes. Boom, cat, towel. Pow. Sean Bankhead taught me that one. Yeah. Bang. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Batty boy, want you give it to me, baby? Batty boy, want you give it to me, baby? That's gonna be a beautiful sunrise. Give me that phone so I can throw it. I want to throw it far away so you never see it again. I don't like phones.
Listen, I don't know. Um, Here's the industry, but let's go back to February of this year, where he clearly admitted to struggling in some way. And there it is, rolling.
Hey guys, don't look at my furniture-less house, but I want to say, because I don't want you guys to feel like I'm being flaky and very all over the place, but I was for a long time, you know. These last few years were pretty difficult for me. They have been pretty difficult for me, and I'm just now like arriving to this place of feeling confidence in myself and what I'm doing, and I'm trying to make sure I put intention towards my music and my vision and the creativity of it all. And most of all, I really want to make sure I have fun this time around. I don't think I got to have as much fun during the Montero era because I was more overly focused on, I don't know, making sure the songs did well than making sure I was like having fun doing, you know, shit, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying I didn't have any fun. I had some fucking fun, okay? But I want this time around to be even more fun, and I want to be like even more full of joy, and I want to be even more full of love, and I want to go out here in this fucking world, and I want to wave my fucking hands in the sky and move about freely. And that's what the fucking Dream Boy era is gonna be. Hotbox is coming next. Fairly soon. I'm not gonna give you guys a date. I'm gonna announce it when I announce the date, okay? But I need you guys to stick beside me. We are fucking coming. Monterrey, we are fucking coming. I have the fucking songs. I have the fucking music. I have the fucking vision. You guys need to sit patiently. You've waited this far. We've waited this long. Let's fucking keep going. Let's make this shit fucking happen. Okay? I love you guys so much. I'm finna do my fucking shit. I'm finna do my shit. Trust. Trust. Okay, bye.
All right, so let's talk about the rise and fall of Lil Nas X. Basically, his story shows how fast the industry can crown you king and how fast it can snatch that crown away and move on to the next fad. Back in 2019, for those who don't know, Old Town Road was the first major hit from Lil Nas X. It came out of nowhere. It was a young dude from Atlanta. He was broke. He was hustling. He was, I believe, sleeping on his sister's couch. And suddenly he got the biggest song in the world, 19 weeks straight at number one. It broke Mariah Carey's record for most weeks at number one. And he's in the history books for that. And that same year, he came out as gay at the top of his success. And for some reason, that was considered brave. For others, it was another headline. Either way, he had a spotlight. He had the world's attention, and all eyes were on him. But what did he do with it? Instead of building on the record breaking momentum with music that could stand the test of time, he doubled down on shock value, mocking Christians, playing with faith, trying to turn outrage into streams. I don't know, y'all. I'm sure y'all remember that Montero Call Me By Your Name video where he slid down a stripper pole into hell and then did a lap dance on the devil. I mean, that was edgy and it was straight up blasphemy. And then came the Satan shoes with allegedly that had a drop of human blood in them. Remember those? Parents were furious, churches spoke out, and suddenly his name was less about the music and more about the controversy. Then came the J. Christ era. So that was the follow up to the Montero era, and I don't remember the name of that actual album, but then came the J. Christ era. And so this is where he came back really imitating Jesus. If you look at the visuals in that video, it's him with a dressed as a black Jesus with, I think he had a choker on that said sex or something on it. Anyway, mocking he mocked crucifixion. He treated sacred faith like a stage prop, essentially. And at that point, it wasn't just marketing, it was a full-on campaign to provoke people who believe in God. And here's the truth. When you play those games, when you use the devil as a co-star, when you make a mockery out of Christ, don't be surprised when your career starts crumbling. And that's exactly what happened. The industry loves to use you when you're hot. But once the music ain't sticking and the shock tactics run out, they toss you aside. That's what we're seeing here with Lil Nas X right now. The headlines ain't about his next big record. They're about his arrest, stalled projects. And I mean, the projects have been stalling. He's been dropping singles for a few years now. All of them have gone nothing. They have literally gone copper, aluminum, nothing. They have done nothing on the charts. They have done nothing to move his streams. They have done nothing to help his sales. And therefore, you're not making much money. And now you're with a big label. So that's another conversation on top of that. And now we're just at the, okay, what the hell's going on here? Because even in that last video that I played from February, did he look well? Did that man look well in that video? He didn't look well. This is a man whose career is in free fall. And this is the problem when you're handed all of this success at once and there's no responsible person around you saying, hey, one, this is not going to last forever. And two, what's the plan? Because you don't have like this wealth of talent where you can just bounce around genres like Lady Gaga or something. So you really got to figure out what this is and how to really push this to the next level. Because I think the biggest misstep was that J. Christ project. And when that J. Christ project hit, and people were like, nah, we good. This is stupid, right? And then I think he was at an award show with what's the other Billy Porter. He was at the award show with Billy Porter holding the Bible, remember? And they were both, I think they were dressed in white. He may have had on a wedding dress. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Don't quote me on that. But it was ridiculous. And he's holding a Bible because also him and Billy Porter are from the church. And so now this is their rebellion against the church, I guess, you know. Look, here's the thing. The church is not supposed to conform to who you are. You are to conform to the church. So if you can't do that and you choose to go embark on that lifestyle, that is your life choice, right? You have free will. You have free will, just to be clear. And here's the part that really hits me. I will actually pray for Lil Nas X because I know what it means to come from nothing. You know, I know what it means to have people offering offering things to you to sell your soul to be lifted out of poverty. And it's no small feat, and it's a hell of an offer when your stomach's been grumbling for 2 weeks. Yeah, so trust me, I get it. The pressure to stay relevant, to keep money flowing, to hold on to fame, it'll make you do wild things. But at the end of the day, no amount of money, no amount of fame, no amount of controversy is worth losing your soul. That's why I'm sitting here struggle streaming on YouTube. I could have been walking down Ventura Boulevard in my drawers. I'm not laughing at it, but I'm just thinking of myself. Not anyway. So yeah, Lil Nas X made history, but he also made choices that dragged him down, and the rise and fall of Lil Nas X should be a warning. When you mock God for clout, the downfall is always right around the corner. Yes, we have free will, as I said, but that doesn't mean you are free of consequences. You can mock, you can choose to mock God. You can choose to sell your soul. You can choose to chase clout over purpose. That's your right to do so. But freedom of choice doesn't mean freedom from the outcome. And at some point, the bills are due. And I pray Little Nas X realizes that before it's too late, because talent got him in the door. But only God's grace can keep him standing when the world walks out. No cap. So, yeah, this is another unfortunate tale in the music industry. Hopefully, it doesn't have to get worse before it gets better. Hopefully he's not out, you know, it doesn't get to the point of no return, God forbid. But this should be your wake up call, bro. You might want to go to church next week. Yeah, or detox or rehab or something, and then go to church. There's no way around it, you know. I mean, God will forgive. God will definitely forgive. But the jig is up. The jig is up. Now it what depends on what sorry y'all. Hold on. I'm from New York. What's good? What's good, everybody? I got my first person on Kick. I'm on Kick, y'all, if y'all didn't know. I'm also on Twitch as well. But it's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late to make a change. It's never too late to say, hey, this ain't working. Because I knew this was coming. I already knew it. I already knew. I watched like two other YouTubers do pieces on him about how the the shock value wore off and there's really nothing else to do at this point. So what do? You just keep dropping projects, hoping that something will stick. And that's generally where you mess up even more, because the more projects you release and the worse each one does, that affects your mental health, not just your finances, But you got into this to win, obviously. But I don't know. I would love to ask you some questions. Like, did you really think that the shock value in that shtick was really gonna work long term? Yeah, it can't work. The only way it really works long term is if you have a lot of talent. You have to have a lot of talent for it to work. Prince, that's why Prince was able to work long term, because Prince had an abundance of talent, right? If Prince was just some little guy who wore heels and your mama's blouses and just gyrated on stage, he would have had a very short career. Same thing with Michael Jackson. Same thing with Lenny Kravitz. These wildly talented people, right? Even in the modern era, Lady Gaga, she's a prime example. She started out with all the shock and all the stuff and the meat dress and all that stuff. And then she had to dial it back and remix her career because people got over oh, what is she going to do now? What's she going to do now? And it was like, okay, we're bored. And it was like, do something else. And so that's what she did, because she had the talent to go do other things. She had the talent to go do a standards album with Tony Bennett, and she had a talent to go act. She had the talent to do those things. So unfortunately, I don't know if Nas has all of that stuff beyond. So good luck. I mean, again, prayers for Lil Nas X. The industry is tough. It's a very dog eat dog industry, and I bet you the same people that was calling him their friend is nowhere to be found right now. I promise you, these people are nowhere to be found. They not picking up phones. They not answering DMs. They not responding to text messages. They probably changed their phone number at this point.